have to just focus on what I can focus on, and that for me at that time was the off season and getting prepared.
Emotionally, how difficult is it for you, or is it even difficult moving from center to right field?
You know, at first it is because there was at one point it was my call. You know, when I was ready to go to right, that was on me. But you know, it was more of a, you know, this is something that you have to do. It wasn't an ask; it was more of a say that I have to move there, and it's for the betterment of the team. So, you know, that's one of the first times that's something that I wanted to go against. You know, it wasn't something that I was ready for or I wanted to do. But as I keep saying it, I'm talking about myself. So I just had to, you know, not be as selfish, and you know, just have to, you know, just accept that that's what I have to do and move over to right.
Andrew, when's the last time you were not the center fielder on your team, ever?
I've always been center since you know, I came up. Since my first game here, that's where I've always played.
Right, and so I mean, I know you're a student of baseball history. You know people who have played center field. Is it difficult to not play center field because of what that position means?
Yeah, I mean, it is difficult. It's more difficult because you know, I feel like I can still play it. You know, it's not like I don't feel like I'm at the end of my career. You know, people like to say like Torrey Hunter moved to right. Also, Torrey Hunter was 35 years old when he moved to right. So, you know, so at the same time, you know, I'm 30 and I feel like I can still play it and play it where I feel comfortable. I wasn't that comfortable last year. You know, I had to play a little shallower, and I did pay for that. And you know, so, but at the same time, I know that's on me, and you know, so that's more the difficult part is knowing that I can still play it, but I also know that we have someone like Marte who can play, you know, even better or just as good out there, and you know, get the job done.
Did they give you an explanation as to why it became their call instead of your call to move to right field? Did they say it was more Marte, or did they say it was more you? Or?
Yeah, just like more of, like, you know, more betterment of the team. You know, for us, you know, StatCast, I guess. You know, numbers say I move better than my right than my left. Marte, I guess his numbers are pretty much even. You know, he's pretty even left to right. So they wanted to use those as a plus, and I believe Blanco is better to his left than his right. So they wanted to use all those numbers and put those together and say, oh, that can make the outfield better. You know, so you know, Marte does cover more ground being in left field. There is more ground to cover there than center, but you know, I guess they just want to use it to the best of their ability, and use him to the best of their ability, use the outfield to the best of their ability, and it's pretty much what they said, that, you know, it would make us better. So you know, it's something that I had to accept.
How big of an adjustment is it for you?
It's not an adjustment at all. It's a little easier, you know. It's right field, so you know, the responsibility of having to cover, you know, more ground at lessons. So you know, being a right, should be a breeze. You know, it's not going to be too hard. You know, center field, you got a lot to do. You got to cover left and right. You got to move those guys, you know, to your left and to your right. You know, you got to see certain things and move certain ways. So you got just a lot more on your plate up there in center. So it's not as much in right. So yeah, it should be a breeze.
Was left field ever an option for you?
No.
I think we all saw you tweeted the picture of Clemente. How long did it sort of take you to come to terms with that and maybe accept that and see it as maybe a positive?
You know, it didn't take too long. You know, once I got over the point or the fact that, you know, I had to move, you know, the more I started to try and look at it, you know, get some positivity out of it, and that's one way to look at it. You know, you're playing in a position of a spot to a guy that you know, you idolize. You know, Clemente. You know, he set the standard for someone that I would love to be like, at least, you know, half that guy. You know, so, you know, it's an honor to be out there playing in that position. To be able to have won a Clemente Award, that's awesome. And you know, just to be playing out there, following behind his footsteps, that's you know, that's an honor for me.
Has there been any discussion, Andrew, about the rumors that swirled all offseason between you and the front office? Have you talked about it?
I mean, yeah,